Thank you, Chair. Be as brief as possible. Firstly, we wouldn't be having this debate amongst ourselves at all if our country was not in a recession. And given the subject matter of this debate, the assets, national assets, a sort of impression, I've listened to some of the stuff from earlier, not including the people here present, in fairness, earlier, working up a sweat as if all the national assets were going to be sold off tomorrow at, in a sort of a €1 shop or some this sort of nonsense. Very, very limited assets are being sold off. Very limited. So let's be truthful in our debate and get things quite accurate about it. We're in a bad place, and to use Charles Dickens's title, Hard Times, this country is in hard times. And anyone who thinks otherwise is deluding themselves. It's constantly repeated here about the number of people, as it was this morning, quite rightly, number of people leaving this country, predominantly young people, number of people on the dole, etc. Quite rightly, that should be repeated, because that's the reality. And that's why this debate has taken place. There is part of this, that's if sales take place. Part of this money obviously will be used for job creation, and why not? I support that. In relation to the whole issue about selling off, I listened to some people earlier this morning, again working up a sweat on this subject matter. These are the same people. These are the same people who came in here and took up most of the time on Tuesday talking about bogs. They arrived back yesterday to talk about bogs. When thousands of people were standing up on the road in the freezing cold up at the RDS on Saturday, and there are thousands, and back again on Sunday, not a word from these people. What were they talking about? Bogs. That's what they were talking about. Did you pick up your Irish Examiner this morning, page 7? Thousands of people in the car park in Cork. Do you think if we went down and canvassed them and said, oh, by the way, how do you feel about selling off limited amount of the national assets? Do you think they'd say no? They would, my arse. They would welcome any initiative by this government. This is the only initiative in relation to this. I haven't heard any proposal from that side of the House, other than, of course, the bog contribution from the highly technical group who know everything, and always want people to turn for debates, but are never here when the real debate is taking place. But of course, they're qualified in bogs, and I can just see them all on Mastermind on the subject of bogs.